See, Aisha, it's, frankly, you have to consider where we were versus where we are. Now, if you consider the backdrop where we saw an excruciating and a painful sell-off in small and mid-cap stocks where the back of the market was almost broken, from there versus what the market positioning is right now, well, I'll be frank when I say that the fear of the bear in the system seems to be fading away. While Nifty has not done a whole lot, it's been in this 400-500 point range for about last 4-5 trading sessions. So Nifty has done nothing meaningful, but the small and the mid cap indices, which in a sense took it on the chin, stocks were on the butcher block, I think we've seen a meaningful recovery and a sizable and a very impressive comeback in some of the small and the mid cap stocks. So the price action, at least in my book, is the following, which is that since there is no large news flow, markets are not very excited about chasing any particular sector or a theme. Small and mid-cap stocks have made a sizable comeback. But within that, divergence is visible. Not everything is back up. But selectively, the market is now aligning towards what could be called as quality mid-cap stocks or mid-cap stocks which are dominated by institutional investors, not HNI investors. The madness of the crowd in mid and small cap stocks, that seems to be reducing. But stability and lack of any leadership in the large cap stocks, I think, is clearly visible.
Yes, exactly. In fact, very narrow indices, but the point which you're making, almost 6-7% rebound in the broader markets from the panic low which we saw. But what about the banks? Bank was also quiet. Today is the weekly expiry on the banks, Nikunj, and the main expiry tomorrow. So can we expect is there a case for some short covering between today and tomorrow in banks or overall Nifty?
It's a toss of coin. I mean, I'm not carrying my coin right now. We've tossed it and told you what to do. But
there should be one somewhere here.
Yeah. No, everything is becoming digital. And I don't know
you
how
barely
to
carry
exactly.
currency anyways.
So that's the way it is now. Actually, frankly...
can you toss a Bitcoin?
It's digital. No, it's digital actually. It's digital. No, over the weekend I actually had an experience where I had to pay the parking wala. And I realized that, okay, that also can be done via UPI.
Oh, yeah,
it's been my first experience.
Everything can be done.
So I don't know, in modern terminology, you would say, okay, toss a coin and find the way out. In the UPI world, what will you toss to find out?
Unlock your phone.
I don't know. But, back to the markets, there's hardly any news flow. Nobody is expecting anything large. And that is a problem, and that also, I think, is a blessing. Because typically, when you are bombarded with a lot of news flow, and when market conditions are slightly shaky, the market will turn volatile. So because news flow is not there, there is a year-end compulsion, it's been a long weekend, earnings season is still a distance away, the markets are trying to find their feet, and which I think is visible. So here's the data for the month of, these are the cues, guys. What can I say? Truncated week, year-end compulsions, no major global cues, volumes remain low. It's a self-explanatory graphic which tells you that bhai kuch nahi ho raha hai market ke andar. But the point which I want to bring out here is that where the institutional activity seems to be moving. And that I think is very impressive, and that I think is very, very encouraging. So we all know that domestic institutional investors are buying SIP or fresh flows. But foreign institutional investors in the month of March, even though we've seen large block deals, they've actually shied away. So on a net basis, foreign institutional investors, at a time when global strength has been there, they've actually shied away, and they've not really pumped in a lot of flows. Some of the block deals may not get captured here, but in general, if you look at the month of March, this is how the data point actually stacks.